Welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you a microservice architecture example. I'm going to use C#, ASP.NET 6 Web API, develop a one worker to generate reports in Excel. I will use XML library for it, upload this report to Supabase Storage and return the link to my client, which I want to do on Flutter. Web API and worker I want to run on Docker. For communication, I'm going to use my favorite message broker RabbitMQ. All these elements you can see on my diagram. Let's start with blank solution. Web API and worker I will develop on Visual Studio 2022 ARM because with .NET in general it's more appropriate weight. For my Flutter application I will use my favorite Visual Studio code. After that, I want to create one shared library because Web API and worker will have a lot of the same elements. Create a new project Web API and worker. Quickly update NuGet packages. Let's remove unnecessary classes and create a new controller. In my controller I want to add two methods. First, post method generate report, which will publish a new message in our RabbitMQ. Second, receive answer from our worker with link to download the file. In our shared library we need to add RabbitMQClient. Let's create a new folder with commands to communicate with RabbitMQ. In my example, I will send a command to generate a report with one parameter to date, which I want to put in my report file, and another command submit report with a link. I'm going to use dependency injection, and for it I will create a simple interface for my custom RabbitMQ client. In this case my function is delegate. I want to pass my functions where we will generate Excel, upload it to Supabase and publish a new command to RabbitMQ. All this stuff I will pass as function, and every time when a new event will arise, my functions will invoke. Let's install the extension to use logger in the library. First, we need to write the functions to connect to RabbitMQ. Second, create a new functions to publish a new event. Next, I want to create a functions which will return a new event from RabbitMQ. In our case, it will return our command record. Let's create a subscription method, and as I mentioned before, I invoke my delegate and pass to my function command. Now we can connect a web API and worker with our shared library. We need to create different Appsettings for release and development. Easy way to work with Appsettings is to create a model. And in the program file, we will get our settings as object. To use dependency injection, we need to connect our interface with implementation. In our controller, we need to publish a new event and in another method to get a result. Visual Studio, it's very easy to add Docker support. In fact, it's one-click action. In Docker file, I want to add only the release flag and change port. Docker ignore file, as usual on Mac, I want to exclude DC store files. In the Docker compose file, let's add RabbitMQ service. I want to deploy RabbitMQ with management page because it's very helpful to see all activities online. And let's link Web API service with RabbitMQ. Now let's deploy it. Now we don't have a client to send the post request, but we can use Postman and send the request to generate a report. And we got our first error. I forgot to generate a dev certificate and copy it to the container. Let's fix it. And change the port as well. Let's deploy containers again. And it works. Next, we need to add our logic to the worker. Let's install the closed XML package to generate Excel and Supabase to upload files to storage. Again, we need to create a new Appsettings and put exactly the same configuration. The worker program file, again, I need to get the Appsettings parameters. Inject RabbitMQClient to the worker class. Our worker will work as subscriber. Let's create a new functions to generate report. I want to simply insert my date from command to Excel file. In this example, I put my NN key and link from Supabase in the code, but if you want to do it correctly, please send me a pull request on GitHub how to do it more correctly. It's your homework. In the Supabase console, we need to create a new bucket and add permission. Now let's add Docker support and worker. And I need only add a link to RabbitMQ. Deploy containers. As we can see, our code works as expected. Last thing is to create a client on Flutter to communicate with Web API. I want to create a simple page with one button to generate report and another button to download it. I need to add only two packages, HTTP and URL launcher. I'm going to use Stream Builder because I want to wait event from Web API and then show the button. In this case, I will send every 3 seconds a new request and check the result. let's run it. And we have a problem with our SSL certificate. It's because we use HTTPS and localhost, which doesn't have any certificates. Hopefully it's very easy to fix in Flutter. I will extend HTTP overrides class and skip checking bad SSL. It's solution only for testing, it's not for production. And last mistake with URL to web API, it's get action, not a get report. Let's test it again. And it works. Leave comments if you want to see more video about it, subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Thank you for watching, see you next time, bye.